Once you have planted a riparian buffer, you will need to protect the newly installed plants from pests and weeds for the first few years. Mowers and trimmers are important manual control methods, but many buffer managers also turn to chemical control. That's using herbicides to control undesirable vegetation. People worry about the impact of pesticides on the environment, and wisely so, because these chemicals can cause environmental harm if the product label directions are not followed. But used properly, herbicides are one of the most effective tools for weed management in riparian buffers because they can help save time and labor and provide long-lasting weed control. Now, you may be wondering, am I allowed to apply herbicides in a riparian buffer? The answer is a conditional yes. If you own or lease the land where the buffer is located, or you're helping family or a friend for no charge that own or lease a property with the buffer, then you can apply general use pesticide, that's those available to purchase without a license, and always follow the label directions. However, if you are being paid for making the application, or the property is for public or commercial use, such as a park, school, an apartment complex, or another business, you must have a commercial or public pesticide applicator license and certification issued by the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture in order to apply pesticides. Now, how do you make sure you are applying pesticides in a proper and legal manner? Pesticides, which includes herbicides we use to control weeds and buffers, are basically chemicals that can cause harm to the applicator and the environment if used the wrong way. The risks for environmental harm from pesticides are greater around riparian buffers because they are near water and the sensitive nature of that ecosystem. Pesticides that get into a waterway can have negative effects on the aquatic environment. Fish, invertebrates, and other aquatic organisms are often extremely sensitive to the properties of some pesticide formulations. Choosing the incorrect pesticide or additive in a spray mixture can interfere with and block oxygen exchange, resulting in negative consequences for these aquatic creatures. Improper use of pesticides can also contaminate public water supplies. The herbicide label provides critical information you need to know to ensure you have the right product, including a list of weeds the herbicide will control, instructions for mixing and proper application, precautionary statements for personal protection, application restrictions, warnings about environmental hazards, and guidance on proper storage and disposal. Herbicides may be the only practical, cost-effective way to prepare your riparian buffer site, especially a large site for planting, and to control weeds as the buffer gets established. Remember, using pesticides, especially next to waterways, carries great responsibilities for the applicator and can present some unique risks for the environment. But these risks are manageable if we choose the proper pesticides and use them correctly following all label directions. You can find a full series of videos and fact sheets about growing grape buffers on the Penn State Extension website.